Hello. How are you? I hope that you're well. This morning, my podcast launched. It launched at 9 a.m. on the 9th of the 9th. Quite fun. And today's a really big day for me. It's months and months and months in the making. And I was reflecting on this. And if I worked, on a team or in an office, there would kind of be probably like a, well done, go for it. And because I work by myself, that team is made up of friends and family and lovely moments, and I really wanted to document that. I wanted to take stock of this moment and just really let it sink in that this dream, this thing I've been working on for months and months and months has happened. It's been realised, and I thought a really nice way to do that would be to spend the evening together. So come along with me for an evening routine on podcast launch day. Oh, by the way, if you don't know, my podcast is called Guided, and you can find it here on YouTube, on Spotify, and on Apple Podcasts. I would love for you to check it out. Just on a dog walk, being dragged. I cannot tell you how comforting the sound of these crunchy leaves have been. Wow, Soph's really digging a hole there. It's been, such a treat that the sun came out and it stopped raining, and I got to have some time outside today. That feels like the biggest treat. Speaking of crunchy leaves, if you love leaves and trees in autumn as much as I do, you might love my seasonal reset online class that I have coming up. It's on the 28th of October. All the details are linked below. But if you love living in alignment with the seasons, this class really might be perfect for you. Okay, next up on the agenda is taking a bath. This is how I transition from every work day to evening, and I think it's one of the best things you can do if you work from home and you don't have an office space. Just as I thought, that was so echoey, sorry about that, but setting the scene is so important as well. So I'm fresh out of the bath and I am just about to make dinner. On Monday nights, my husband plays handball, which means I have the whole evening to myself, which I absolutely love because we both work from home and we spend all of our time together, which is also I love. But just having the whole flat to myself, exciting. So I'm just making, he also doesn't like fish. So I always use this as an opportunity to get my omega-3s in. And tonight I'm having salmon and I'm making a whole bunch of stuff and I'm so excited. So I think that's going to be so good. Also, I thought it would be fun to show some gifts my mum just dropped off for me. They are so lovely. I have already opened the chocolate. That is classic. But let's talk about the podcast. If we haven't met before, hi, I'm Evie. I'm so thrilled that you're here. And I am a coach. I love using the ancient wisdom of the Enneagram as my modality of coaching. And I think understanding our personality and behavior on an incredibly deep level is the key to stepping into the most aligned and empowered version of ourselves. And so that's what I do. I work with people all over the world. I'm so lucky. And I help them build their compassion, not only for themselves, but also for the people around them, which then allows them to let go of procrastination and overthinking and poor boundaries and overwhelm, and allows them to become the most authentic, aligned, empowered version of themselves. It's my absolute joy. So my main body of work is working one-to-one with clients, but I wanted to find a new way of reaching people. I wanted to find a new way of connecting with people. And for me, I love a podcast. And so it felt like the next natural right step as a really great way to share the deep kind of level of work without that commitment of working one-to-one. And so what the podcast I'm hoping will allow us to do is for you to be able to learn about yourself, learn about the people around you, learn about what's holding you back from stepping into all of those dreams and desires and hopes you have that you came up with on January 1st, or that's been hanging over your head since you left university, or now that you've hit your 30s, you're really ready to go after, but haven't quite managed to yet. I'm hoping the podcast will help you step into that without working with me one-to-one. If you're too busy, you're running around after children, work is crazy, and you just don't have the time, I'm hoping this will serve as an interim space to really get into what's going on, to dive beneath the surface of your day-to-day life and help you, really get into it, to learn something new, to grow your skills and to connect with other people who are maybe in a similar place to you. So that is the dream about the podcast. And guided, my business is called the Enneagram Guide. I love to guide you towards your most authentic self. I'm not here to tell you who you are, you're here to realize that. And I'm just here to support that, to cheer you on, to champion you. And so Guided was a really natural name out of that place. It felt really, it just felt like the right name. And I kind of, had been mulling over this last autumn, winter. And here we are now, almost a full year later. And the first episode just went live today. And that is such a huge, huge feat. I have lots and lots of episodes queued up, ready to go, and I can't wait for you to hear them. I'm really, really, really excited for feedback, to learn what I'm doing well and what I could do better. I'm an Enneagram type 1, if you don't know, which means, I love to be learning all of the time. I love feedback, both good and bad. In today's podcast, I really kind of set out what the podcast will be. I talk about my non-negotiables for the space I'm creating on the podcast, and kind of inviting you to make this a part of your week, that it becomes a part of your Monday, it becomes a part of your week, it becomes a ritual, an oasis, a sanctuary, for it to really meet you where you're at, that you can grab. What would I grab at the moment? So you could grab a coffee, a tea. I would grab a dirty chai because autumn. And really just sink into spending some time with yourself, with others. Because spending time alone can be quite hard. And a lot of us need, direction. My body of work includes meditation. It includes a little bit of somatics. It includes a lot of Enneagram work. And what I'm hoping is that this will be your weekly kind of guide throughout the seasons, throughout the ebbs and the flows of the year, and it will really meet you in that place. And so there's a lot that's going to happen with this space. But if you're here right at the beginning, I'm so glad that you're here. I feel really, really excited to share this really intimate space with each other. So here we are. Day 1, kind of almost coming to a close. I'm just making dinner. And I just feel excited. I feel so excited for up until Christmas. That's how many pods I've got prepared at the moment. And I just feel really, really excited for what's going to be created in this space. I think it's going to be magical. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can listen to the podcast on YouTube. If you prefer to listen to your podcast on Apple and Spotify, you can find it there. And I am going to finish making dinner. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, this is what we have. Okay, one thing I hadn't clocked was that it's so dark already. It's 8:15. All the light has gone. I hadn't clocked that had happened so quickly, just in the last 2 weeks. But this is what I made for dinner, which in this light, gosh, could not look worse. Also, here she is. That's Sophie, her debut. So some miso, Dijon, honey salmon, some red cabbage, fennel, apple, slaw in a similar vinaigrette, some rice, yum, yum, yum. And then these guys, do not look good, but oh my gosh, they are sweet and sour peppers from Italy. One of my best friends cooked dinner for me a few nights ago. She's Italian, she's amazing, and yeah, she made those peppers and I have not been able to stop thinking about them for like the last 2 days. So that is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put reruns of West Wing on, and yeah, I'm gonna soak in my launch day. I hope you have a great evening. I hope you listen to podcast 1, and I hope you subscribe to listen to the rest. I'll see you next time.